Hello again, Jacket fans. Welcome to another edition of Tech Talks presented by EGP Document Solutions. I'm Andy DeMatcher, and we are thrilled to be joined today by your first team All ACC right guard for Georgia Tech football with Tommy's Leather now 7 days away for the Birmingham Bowl versus Vanderbilt. He is Keylan Rutledge. Keylan, great to catch up with you again. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Boy, first team All ACC. That has a nice ring to it. You know, you came to Georgia Tech from Middle Tennessee. Well, last year you were first team All Conference USA. Now here with the Yellow Jackets, first team All ACC. What do you think enabled you, Keelan, to have so much success right away to where you were recognized as one of the best interior offensive linemen in the ACC?
Yeah, I think it's just the guys I'm around, the unit I'm with, just coming in, being bought in, working every day, and just the good Lord above just giving me the opportunity to come out there and compete.
It was an interesting regular season, particularly that back half where you guys had to alternate quarterbacks sometimes between snaps. Did the offensive line sort of feel an extra responsibility to say, you know what, it doesn't matter who's taking those snaps at quarterback, we're going to make sure that this offense can stay humming just as well as it had all season?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think any good O line takes that hard hat mentality. Like, hey, it doesn't matter what the circumstance is. Like, we got to go be able to dominate. We got to go be able to impose our will and just leave a blueprint on that game. So it was definitely a thought of ours.
To your left, you have center Weston Franklin, who is voted the permanent team captain. To your right, Keelan, you have Jordan Williams, who is also voted a permanent team captain and who at the Birmingham Bowl will likely break the school record for career starts. Tell us about Weston and Jordan. As teammates, what makes them such good leaders, not just on the offensive line, but in the locker room as a whole?
Yeah, I mean they just lead by example. They come to work every day. They do what they're supposed to. They're they're both different. One's vocal, one's not, but they lead and they do what they're supposed to. And they're just guys you can look to. And I'm able and blessed to be in the middle of them, so I can look to both of them and be like, hey, what we got, you know? So we've got a good brotherhood, and they do a great job being leaders for us.
You've had a few weeks now to recharge from the end of the regular season. I got to ask you, Keelan, of the 12 games you've played so far as a Yellow Jacket, what's the one this fall that stood out the most, that you take the most satisfaction in, not just with your play, but with the team's play as a whole?
Some good wins. I'd say the Miami game, just being able to do that at home. Them coming in and being whatever they were ranked, and us setting a let as an O line going and posing our will and doing what we were able to do. And just as a team being able to win that at home at Bobby Dodd. I mean, it was a great thing for sure. I'll remember forever.
Yeah, Miami team that had a really stout run defense. Now, at Middle Tennessee, you also were part of a team that knocked off Miami. So I'm taking a Keelan that this one felt a little bit sweeter at Bobby Dodd Stadium at Hyundai Field.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it was at home. We were at Middle. We went down there, and I mean that was a good one too. But this one Middle is something. Me being from Georgia and wanting to play here and stuff, it meant something.
So here you are, 7 days out from the Birmingham Bowl, taking on Vanderbilt out of the SEC. I think stylistically, both teams very, very similar. What has you most excited about being able to strap it up one more time and play against a very good opponent in Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I mean, just that what you just said, just being able to go out there and compete against a really good team. Also, being able to lead these seniors and these guys, like the two guys I'm playing beside. Let's go out there and let's win their last ball game. Let's go have fun. Let's go, do what we do. So we're whole room's just really excited to go out there and be able to compete.
You finishing your first year at Georgia Tech Keelan under the tutelage of offensive line coach Jeep Wade. If you know anything about Jeep, he's a man of many catchphrases. What is the one slogan or catchphrase from Jeep that you know you will hear ringing in your ears, Keelan, 40 years from now? What's that one catchphrase that maybe stands out the most from your position coach, Jeep Wade?
I mean, I think sandpaper is one that's everyone knows. I think on the field when you're at practice, there's like a saying he's like, "Here we go, set," and he kind of has his own cadence, and that's something that the O line kind of jokes with him about. But I would say sandpaper that tail, like that's something that we exemplify as an O line, and that's gonna be something I'll remember forever.
Yeah, there you go. Better load up on that sandpaper at Protective Stadium on December 27th for the Birmingham Bowl. Your Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Vanderbilt Commodores, and that Vandy defense will have the unenviable task of trying to get out of the way of your first team All ACC offensive lineman, Keylan Rutledge. Keylan, thanks so much for joining us here on Tech Talks, presented by EGP Document Solutions.
Thank you for having me.